Mr. Elder, thanks for making time. The UNICEF has sounded the alarm on the need to better protect child refugees. How desperate is this situation now?
In Ukraine, the situation is very desperate because we see hospitals attacked, we see schools attacked, we see this increasing change in warfare where residential areas, where families are coming under fire. Women are giving birth in bunkers. So we're very, very worried about the situation for children here in Ukraine. But then you've got almost 2 million children have had to flee. That means that they need schooling, they need trauma care, support. Across this nation, children are, they're seeing what war looks like. They're seeing their parents separate, they're saying goodbye to their father. So there's a great deal of stress and trauma that we need to address as well.
How is the crisis impacting children in general? What strategy is UNICEF employing to get them the help and support they need?
So the biggest thing UNICEF is doing is really two parts. One is on trauma and one is on life-saving supplies. So we send, for example, medical supplies, oxygen, surgical equipment, obstetric equipment, because again, women are giving birth in bunkers. So UNICEF sends that to hospitals from Kiev to Kharkiv to Dnipro to here in Lviv. Water purification tablets, generators to pump water, because again, water systems are being hit. So a lot of life-saving equipment going around the country. And trauma. We have child protection teams that work in between the lines of conflict to try and reach children. We have kits, hundreds of kits, just early childhood development, recreation kits, anything that can try and give a child a bit of normalcy, give them a break from this. So it's on those two fronts, it's life-saving and it's mental health.
What more can be done by the global community to help ease the pressure on child refugees, both in Ukraine and around the world?
First and foremost, any pressure to stop the war. That's the most basic. The surest and safest way out of this horror show for children is for the fighting to stop. But UNICEF is not a political organisation, so what we then ask for big international actors to do is at least get an ability of these humanitarian corridors to be respected, so families can leave safely and organisations like UNICEF can go in with life-saving supplies, whether it's Mariupol who needs water because it's another city being suffocated. So peace, humanitarian corridors, and then humanitarian assistance. If we are going to keep having to put band-aids on this horrible scenario for children, at least we need those emergency medical supplies, those blankets, that food. All of those things are going to be increasingly needed if the fighting continues.